So
Hmm.
Black Love Elevated is basically a group that we started about a year ago where we get together as married couples, people who are in serious relationships, and we have events together. We have our podcast, which is Tea Time, of course, and we do a
Yes.
bunch of fun things together. And the biggest thing that we do is we actually grow in our relationships together. So in friendships. So that's basically what we are as a group, and overall everything. And y'all, we freestyling it tonight. It's kind of like a chill vibe for us.
Yes. We are going to freestyle it. Actually, Ash, this has been, oh my God, a week. When we talk
Yeah.
about how was your day today, forget my day. How was your weekend?
Somebody had a huge week last week, honey. Somebody was a turn up queen, baby. You want to tell them a little bit about what happened? What was the celebration all about? First of all, let's start there.
Well, first of all, Leo season is activated.
Ah,
Okay. So I am a true Leo and I was celebrating my birthday. I'm still rocking my birthday squad shirt. But
yeah. Look, I got
yes, listen
my
to
black
me.
love elevated.
Okay. Okay. But it was, Ash, I ain't even going front. This past week, I was on vacation. I did a
Mhm.
staycation, and it was the best staycation a girl could ask for. I went online. I've been
Oh,
talking about how phenomenal my weekend was, my week was, because it really freaking was. When you talk about feeling love, appreciated, I just want to give a couple shout outs. Can I give a couple
oh.
shout outs real quick?
Yes, absolutely. That's fine. Let's
Okay.
go for it.
Well, I want to give some shout outs because my peoples came through from me. First and foremost, my husband. My husband,
Oh,
phenomenal. When I tell you he showed up and showed out whatever I wanted to do, but it wasn't just about being right there with me. This one was a little different, Ash, because he gave me the space to do what I wanted to do, how I wanted to do it. So what did I do? I hung out with my stepsisters. Big
oh,
shout out to the Stepaholics organization, Sensational Riders, Sadiddy Riders. That's my step family. Big shout out to Luxie and Babs. When I tell you those girls showed up, I had them outside. We was outside. Okay, then I pivoted and I was with my BLE community. We was outside and I really want to just stop right there. But my family, they flew in from New York. It was a vibe. Pool parties, everything. My brothers, my sisters, my cousins. I mean, I got so much love. I was like, shit, don't stop. I love it. Keep it going. It was great.
it was. I mean, it was awesome for the time that I wasn't at work, child, because she was partying it up and I was at work. But it was amazing. Honey, them step girls get down. I tried to do my little one
Hmm.
too, but they get down. They ain't no joke. And they show out for you. That was so amazing to have a good group of friends like that are true and just show up and show out. I mean, girl, they was all dressed down in red, honey. They had the
Hmm.
red and black on. They was doing it big, okay?
Hmm.
All
Did
night
you see the performance that they did,
Yes,
honey?
y'all did an
Don't
amazing
play with
job.
them. Yes. And in my line dance community, my name is Pressure. They came through
Right.
for Pressure. So, ladies, I love you guys. I appreciate you showing up and showing out. And if you guys are in the area, y'all already know Black Love Elevated. We're out in Douglasville.
Mhm,
The Sensational Riders are out in Douglasville. So if you want to
mhm.
get your 1-2 on, like Ash said, look, it's all about good vibes, relationship building, and just being around like-minded people and having a good time and enjoying life. I believe that, Ash.
For sure, for sure. And I'm so glad you had a phenomenal birthday week. Girl, you know how to celebrate. You know me. I'm like, okay. Y'all was like, Ashley, your birthday was a couple of days ago. Bye, whatever. But you know how to turn it up, honey. You teach me a lot when it comes to birthdays, okay?
Well, thank you, girl. But look, I want to talk about when we got together. So, a part of the birthday, right? We said, okay, we're going to go fishing. And when we went fishing, it made me think about a lot of things within Black Love Elevated. As a matter of fact, I want to ask you a question. I
Mhm.
kind of pose a question for everybody out there. If you're in a serious relationship, whether you're married or in a serious relationship, and you thought about what's one thing that you can do that can really elevate your relationship as far as bringing something together, what activity can you do that's gonna heighten that relationship? You can kind of tap into some things, right?
Mhm.
What are some of
Mhm.
the things that you think about, Ash?
Well, I definitely think about what we did this past weekend, which is the chill vibe. I will go turn up,
Mm-hmm.
y'all, but I'm more the chill. Me and my husband, we like to go venture, quietness, or whatever. So, one thing for us would be the fishing. It
Mm.
absolutely brings us together in our partnership together. I think one of the big things that me and Eb, we were talking about was what we call PCP and not the drug, okay? Which was
Yep.
patience, communication, and partnership. And it just dawned on us while we were fishing. I mean, me and Ed were wrapping things up, and we were like, oh, you know what? This is just such a great vibe to get to be with your partner and have an opportunity to learn from each other. And it was like, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
This is really good for couples too. And Eb goes, well, you know what, Ashley, it kind of gives you that patience and communication and partnership. And I said, oh, wait a minute, girl. Wait a minute, you done said something. And then we
Yeah.
started to evaluate how this actually fits in. We were like, how it gave us patience. I'll tell you about an incident, and Eb can attest to this.
Mm-hmm.
We were fishing, and I'm still kind of new, even though my husband is an expert. Shout out to my baby, Joshua Simpson. Okay. He's an expert fisher, and I was killing it, but he was just trying to show me how to become better. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing it right. And I'm going back and forth with him. And mind you, my husband's been fishing since he was a kid. He knows a lot about it. So I, as a wife, I'm trying to understand and communicate with him, but I wasn't getting it. I'm like, I don't see what you're saying that I'm doing wrong. But so happened, homegirl was
Mm-hmm.
there, and she was like, hold on, girl. Hold on. And this is what I love about our group. The accountability that we have amongst each other in the group is insane. And I love it. And she was like, hold on, what he's saying to you is this, that, and the third. And I was like, you know what? All right, let me see, because she's seeing something I'm not seeing. So let me just slow down for a second and listen, because he's trying to communicate this to me because he's done it so many times. But sometimes it takes someone else externally to see that. You know what I mean? And that's, where it kind of fell for me is that, okay, that communication piece is good. But for your standing, what do you think? And why did you think about like patience, communication, and partnership?
Because I was kind of I was sitting down and I was just kind of enjoying the scene, kind of, sitting back and I was watching you guys because Josh is that expert fisher, right? So I'm kind of getting my tips in. How do I need to do this? I was asking mad questions and I saw you guys and he was trying to show you how to do the rod and you actually caught the fish. So you had the fish, but when you was pulling the rod back, you was kind of your second nature, yeah, and you was pulling it back and he
Mm-hmm.
was like, you lost the fish, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it got off the hook and he was trying to tell you, no, don't pull it back to wheel it in. And you was like, no, I'm doing that. But I was watching from the outside. I didn't say nothing and I waited for y'all to finish that moment. And I thought about it. And it's funny that you say that accountability piece because I was like, yo, Ash, I think what you're doing is natural instincts because when you caught the fish, your body naturally wants to pull it back. But he was telling you to pause for a second and reel it in.
Mm-hmm.
That way it could hook properly. When I said that to you, Ash, and I broke it down as to what I saw, because it's okay to be honest and open with the people that you surround yourself with. You actually caught the next fish, right? But the
Did.
biggest thing is, remember when we talked, we said, you know, having people around you, sometimes when you're having in relationships and
Mhm.
you have a couple, it's like, who do you call on? Somebody that you can trust. It wasn't because Ash is my girl and I want to tell her what she wanted to hear. I was sitting back in that pocket and I was evaluating and I was like, okay, she is pulling back.
Mhm.
She's not listening to what he's saying. Her natural reactions is doing that. And I was
Mhm.
honest with you. You listened and then you nailed it on the next
We
one.
got it,
Caught
baby.
that fish, baby.
We had about 24 pounds of fish, honey.
Hmm. Hmm.
And nevertheless, I did catch a lot that day. So it was good. But I
You
definitely,
did. You
yeah,
did.
I definitely think that was correct. And also the communication end. We really gotta talk about that too, because it really showed. I was trying to understand him, but I mean, me and my husband together for 20 some plus years. I mean, period. That's just what it is. As you could see, that communication is still such a huge piece that we have to grow and learn. And sometimes it does take the external person to be like, hey, hold on. How are you comprehending that? Are you grasping what your significant other is actually saying to you? Or are you getting defensive? Are you actually
Mm-hmm.
paying attention? It's just a lot of different ways you can dissect that communication in just with that small piece of just going fishing. You know what I'm saying? And I learned something in the moment about myself. One, shout out to my homegirl. And then two, I also was like, I need to slow down a little bit and hear what my husband is saying to me, because he's not trying to tell me that I'm doing something wrong. He was was actually teaching me something in the moment. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't get that because it's like always the back and forth, and I'm doing it right, and da da da. And sometimes you do get defensive, when your significant other is
Absolutely.
talking to you and trying to communicate. That defensiveness kicks in. So I think that's really where I was on that communication end, and where I can work a lot better in my relationship is learning not to be so defensive when he's trying to
Mm-hmm.
teach me specific things. You know what I mean?
No, I agree with you 1,000% because sometimes we just listen to react versus really trying to understand what somebody is saying. And I got one of those sayings like, if you're coachable, you're promotable. So whether
Mhm.
you're in a relationship or not, you have to be coachable to be able to listen to your spouse. And then maybe if I'm speaking to some of my single ladies or men out there, if you're coachable, then you can be promotable into that I can't even say it, marital. Help me, Ash. Say
Veritable.
it.
Veritable.
Maritable status. Yes. So you got to be able to listen to your spouse and try to understand it. Take a pause and really understand what they're saying. And I think that's where we came up with the communication piece. So while we were fishing, I picked up a couple of things.
Mm,
Communication. When you're fishing with your partner, I think this is a great activity to do if you're trying to build within your relationship because communication is key. You have to be able to listen. You're watching the water, you're watching the fish, when it hooks in. You have to have partnership because one thing I saw y'all doing, yes, ma'am, I was watching y'all. When you caught the fish, you lost one fish because he wasn't ready with the net.
yeah.
Right? So somebody has to be ready to be able to get that fish. That takes
Uh-huh.
partnership. We need to be able to work together, right? So
Hmm.
communication, partnership, and what was the other one? Patience.
Communication, partnership, and patience. Patience, patience.
Patience.
And it is, I feel like the fishing portion, when it comes to the patience piece, my goodness, you have to have patience because we'll be out there for hours. Like I said, we caught 24 pounds, which is a lot. But it teaches you a lot of patience. And one thing I have to bring up, the last go around when we went fishing, it was actually a group of like teenage football boys out there, whatever, all the players. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, shout out to that coach because he brought them. I know that is one of the reasons why he brought them out there. One, they were very nice gentlemen, but he brought them
Mm-hmm.
out there to show them a sense of having patience and what it's like, to go through the process. It's not easy. It's not like things are fast when it comes to fishing. You have to take your time. And my husband was the one who actually put me in this environment to teach me, like, hey, this is not going to be no quick thing. If you coming out here and you think we're going to catch something within 15, 20 minutes, think again. You're going to have to wait. You're going to have to be patient. And it not only taught him to be patient with me, it taught me to be patient with him in the process. I
Hmm.
didn't get frustrated with him. I was like, okay, this is how it is. And then I learned to love it in the moment because he taught me that, hey, this is going to be a slow process and it builds. It builds. And once you catch that first one, you're like, oh, baby, I'm hitting it again. And no matter how long it take and you just watching that water, it just teaches you to be in the moment. And it taught me how to be in the moment with Josh the whole time, every single time that I'm there. That's probably one of the less things that we worry about is how long it's taking us to catch a fish. Like that's just a part of the process.
No, you're right. Even when you were showing me, because I came out there like, Ash, I don't know how to fish. I don't know what I'm doing. So I threw it out there and you showed me to wheel it
Mhm,
in. Okay, let it sit. But I brought it back too fast. And what you said to me, you got to let it sit out there a little bit longer. Even though you want to reel it back in,
mhm,
you want to let it sit to see if you can catch something. So the patience side, because I'm one that,
mhm.
Lord, I have to work on my patience. I want to react. I want things
Yeah.
fast. Nah, you got to go slow to go fast. And when
Mhm,
you're able to go slow to go fast, things move more smoothly. And
mhm,
actually, a coach taught me that. Sometimes we always want to go fast. If you go slow to go fast, it's more smoother,
mhm. 100%
right?
agree. 100% agree. And it is. I mean, just that environment in itself, and just learn, especially since, well, let's just say this first. We are moving so quickly every single day. I mean, every day when it comes to our relationships, our families, everyone's got something going on. And it's just a lot of moving pieces. In relationships, you sometimes don't get that chance to be in the moment with your significant other. And that's what I love about going fishing with my husband. Even it's when we take our kids or friends or whatever, we're able to be in the moment. We're not on our phones unless we record, fish or whatever the case may
Mm-hmm.
be. But you're in the moment and you're able to love on each other, talk to each
Yep.
other, communicate with each other. It is a really good space to be in when you just are reconnecting with nature and just being around the people that you love, especially your significant other.
I agree.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So, if you didn't know, we've been giving you definitions to things, okay?
Mhm.
So, I'm going to be very a matter of fact. Patience. In relationships, you have to have patience. So, I'm giving you some terms here. Go slow to go
Mhm.
fast, but patience. I'm going to read this to you. Patience is the ability to remain calm, steady, and understanding while waiting, facing difficulties, or dealing with people or situations that are frustrating without becoming angry, giving up, or reacting impulsively. Patience.
Love it. Love it. Absolutely love it. So I think
Yeah.
that that is definitely a key to our next conversation. I think that we need to talk about some of the things that we were thinking about doing as far as with the group Black Love
Oh,
Elevated since we're here. We definitely want
yes.
to talk about an event that we're working on when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to fishing, right? Right, Eb?
Yes. Yes. So we decided since fishing was such a hit, we had a blast out there. Just looking out at the water. I was looking at different things like the horizon. I wasn't just looking at the water. I was looking at the future. I was really planning some things. Actually, it inspired me to want to write a book. I was like, man, there's a lot of things
Mhm.
going on. I was just at peace out there. So we decided we was gonna have the next BLE event. We was gonna do a couples. Huh. How was that gonna go? Cause you was talking your trash. What you
I
say?
was talking a lot of big but no, we were talking about doing a couples fishing competition. So we are
Mm-hmm.
now working on the logistics of that because we currently have well, my husband has some great ideas for some fishing locations. But the idea would be for us to invite some couples out. If you're in the Douglasville area or the Atlanta area, we would love to invite you guys out to join us for a little bit of a competition. So sit tight. That's going to be posted very very soon. There's a fishing hole. There's some live fishing, and we thinking about possibly doing a fish fry after. But the competition,
Mm-hmm.
of course, is we're working as couples, right? So that's what the goal is going to be for everyone to be with their significant other and see who can catch the most fish, and we'll deem you the BLE Fisher of the year, whatever you want to call it. But it's really just going to be about bonding, getting with your significant other, and really working on those three things, right? Which is patience, communication, and what was the last one?
Partnership.
Partnership. So that's really
Yes,
what it's
ma'am.
going to be about. We're really, really excited about it because we learned a lot during this last trip. And I think you're going to enjoy yourself. So we want to see you guys participating in the events as we move forward and get through some things. But that one is probably going to be our next one. We got a couple of trips coming up on our own, but outside of that, that will probably be our next event. That's what I'm thinking.
Yes, because we
Mhm.
were getting a lot of responses on the fishing. Girl, why didn't you invite? We love the fish. And I really started asking people, well, why do you love the fish? Why do you go with your husband? So that's
Mhm.
what kind of led us here. So stay tuned for that conversation. We're going to be dropping some information on the page. And we're going to have some fun with it. And everything is a competition. Why not have Pillow talk about it later on? Vince
Yep.
says, I'm game.
He's game. We had us one already. So we're definitely excited about that, y'all, for sure, for sure. All righty. So,
So, Ash, you said we freestyling tonight, right?
girl,
Vince just prompted me with that comment. I'm
uh-oh.
game. Me and you talked the other day. We live here. We just gonna talk about it.
Hmm.
Our clips are on TikTok, YouTube, all of that stuff, right? And we get a lot of comments on there. We respond to a lot of them, but sometimes we don't get to all of them. Can we respond to them tonight? Is there a way that we can pull them up and kind of address some of these comments?
I think we can. I think we should. I think
I
that's a
mean,
great
you are the
idea.
engineer behind this whole scene here, so please bring it to the front line.
Yes, yes. So, like Eb said, y'all, we are going to have a little bit of commentary tonight based off of y'all comments. So, we're going to start off with TikTok. And if you are not following us on TikTok, please make sure that you do. Because
Hmm.
as you can see, we are live on TikTok now. And we're seeing a little bit of activity there. But there have what we're gonna do is I will play the video with the comments, and then from there, we're gonna go ahead and just respond to some of these good folks here. So let's play this
Okay,
first video. I'm gonna read
let's
the
do it.
caption. It says non-negotiation in marriage, boundaries, respect, and core beliefs are scared. Compassion doesn't mean folding. Sorry about that. I cannot see. So we're gonna
Yeah,
go ahead.
because we was turning up and you lost your
Girl,
damn
I lost my.
glasses.
Don't say that to me. Don't say that.
I know. I'm so
I'm
sorry.
trying. I'm trying to find them, y'all. But I'm squinting here, okay? But either way, we're gonna go ahead and try to read through these comments. At first, we're gonna play this video. So let me go ahead and hit play on this, and then we'll figure out whatever else we're talking about here. Let me
Let
ask
me
you
know
this:
if y'all can't
in
hear it.
marriage, do you feel like there's certain things that you just will not compromise on, or certain things that you shouldn't compromise on?
Definitely. I'm the type of woman where I feel stand for something or fall for anything. And again, I say boundaries. Again, I say respect. So just because I'm willing to compromise, I'm not willing to fold. So my ego, my pride, you know what I'm saying? What certain things I believe in, those things matter. And if you violate that space, then we have a different conversation. So absolutely, Ashley, to answer your question, there's definitely things that I'm not willing to compromise on. Is non-negotiable.
Let me ask you this: in marriage, do you
Okay,
feel
so
like there's
and
certain
y'all
things
had the
that you just will?
opportunity
To hear the video now, I want to read some of the comments. Can you hear me? Okay.
I can.
Okay, perfect. So the first comment that I seen on here is that that's not a marriage.
Hmm.
And then, of course, we responded, are you willing to compromise on everything within your marriage? All right. And that person says, you're supposed to surrender everything to your marriage to becoming one under God. So the Trinity of God, man, woman, should be governed by the marriage. Who you are as an individual cannot exist at the same time. You have to pick. So, because that was your video, Eb, do you want to give a rebuttal to that?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I have to pick, and sometimes I pick me, even being in a marriage. Yes, I love my husband, but again, compromise still has boundaries. Am I willing to lay it all on the line if I don't believe in something? No, I'm not. I'm gonna stand with my husband, and we're gonna have a conversation. But that don't mean anything and everything goes, because again, I say boundaries. So I'm willing to compromise, but I'm not willing to sacrifice certain things. Does that answer that question?
It does. It does. And I really think it's the same for me, right? Like, I think that you have to have morals in a relationship, in a marriage, you know? And I think, honestly, sometimes in marriages, that's a big piece of what people are missing, like morals. Hello? Which is why we have a lot of issues within marriages, because some people they don't stand on anything. Like, everything goes, whatever. There is some sort of a compromise in a way. And again, morally, like we said before, I just can't get down with every single thing every single time my husband says something. Like, that's not going to go. And I don't think that that is a bad thing. I just don't think that it's a horrible thing at all. I don't.
No. And what about having a voice? So you supposed to go with everything? So am I not supposed to have a voice? How do we balance each other? I don't see that being a good marriage, because somebody is going to be left feeling away, because to compromise, again, we brought this definition to the front line. That means each person walks away with a little bit of something. You may not get everything, but a little bit of something. But if I have no voice, I walk away with nothing. I'm just folding. So again, I say stand for something or fall for anything. Even in my marriage, and I've been married now 25 years, I have a voice. You
Yeah.
have a voice. Come on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that. And that goes for both sides. That goes for both sides. I definitely don't think it's like, oh, as a woman. No, this is
Oh,
literally for men and women. It's the same
absolutely.
thing across the board. And that's what compromise is about. I feel like that comment kind of missed for me a little bit, because it feels like, oh, okay, you're gonna throw yourself on the sword no matter what within your marriage. Da, da, da. I don't think that that is that definition is in totality telling the truth. And particularly, I can't stand it, and I hate to say this, but when people start throwing like God in there, and
I was just
you know,
about to say that, Ash.
like,
Like, come
bro,
on.
what, what are we talking about?
What are we talking about now? Everybody got their own beliefs,
Yeah, that's
religions,
right.
and things of that nature. Now we already talked about polygamy and the polygamous and
Girl.
and just doing whatever. No, that's not what we have here. And every different community is different.
Yeah,
But I believe a healthy relationship, you should be able to have a voice. You should be able to communicate how you feel. And again, and I say it over and over and over and over again, being able to allow your spouse to be open about how they truly feel so that y'all can break down and really get down to the root cause. Because if you don't really find that why, or
hmm,
why your spouse feels this way or that way, and they just giving you what you want to hear, it's not going to be real. And my mother always told me, if it ain't real, it ain't right.
exactly, exactly. And the whole situation of saying that is not a marriage. Can we talk about that for a second? Because I feel like that is the portion and why people have a hard time, one, talking about marriage, two, joining different groups like ours and different things because of the judgmental piece that people have and their beliefs and their wants and things that, surround their marriage. It doesn't work the same way from marriage to marriage. It is very, very different. So to say because a person has morals or standards or boundaries that that is less of a marriage is absolutely absurd to me. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But I think that overall, the compromise piece, it again, it will look different in every marriage. Of course, it will be, but that still
Mm-hmm.
stands strong in your statement. Just because you were saying, hey, I'm not going to bend to everything, I'm going to stand for something. Like that doesn't mean that you don't compromise in your marriage. That to me is just going completely left. But neither here nor there.
No, I agree with you, Ash, and I think you kind of hit it on the head. I mean, at the end of the day, you want to respect your spouse, but you want to have a voice. You want to be able to communicate well. And if you're not able to do that, everything is just kind of one sided. And I just don't believe in that. I mean, like you said, every marriage is different. There's no special book on how your marriage needs to be. So you have to find what works best in your household. All I say is have a voice and be open with your spouse so that you guys can communicate effectively.
Yes. All right. So here's another one from J Baby. He said, "Good thing she's single." Like, hello. All right. Sacrifice is the greatest love. So all that ego and pride is just a perfect mixed recipe for an absolute disaster.
Disaster where I've been happily married for 25 years. No, my husband respects my voice. And when he's not feeling what I'm saying, I respectfully allow him to say what he says and we talk through it. And I still may not agree, but that's where they come with that saying. We can agree to disagree, but again, I still have a voice and it's still respectful. It doesn't have to be disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? And that definitely goes on both sides, Ash.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think
What
that
do you think?
I personally think that you are correct about that. Like they have people have this ideology that they want to go by and different creeds that they look at when it comes to what they believe that marriage is and what everyone's marriage should be like. It is completely false to think that certain things that you may see or hear is a mix of disaster. No, it's not, because you don't know exactly what they've gone through with their marriage and what has gotten them to this point. Maybe they compromise. Maybe both of them are the same way. Maybe her husband
Mhm.
feels the exact same way. So to say that this is just a great mix and a recipe for disaster is absolutely absurd, because maybe he feels the same way that she does. He like, hell no, I'm not going to compromise on certain goddamn things. And that is okay. I would prefer for my husband to be that way. I would prefer for my husband to have morals and standards when it comes to his marriage, correct? Because
Come
I
on.
mean, hello, what are we expecting here? What are we
And
saying?
And like you said, every marriage and relationship is different. I mean, at the end of the day, what I eat don't make you shit.
Hello, hello.
So I feel a way doesn't mean that you have to pull that in. You can hear me. You can agree or disagree. But what I eat don't make you shit. And if people can respect people, and what did they say? It's about sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm willing to compromise, and sometimes I'm even willing to sacrifice certain things for the better cause. I am. I am. I'm very reasonable, but there's still boundaries that we can't cross, because then am I sacrificing myself? Am I sacrificing what I believe in just for the better cause of something else? Now, we need to communicate through that, because I'm going to tell you, nah, babe, I don't kind of agree with that. I don't feel that way. And this is
Mm-hmm.
why I don't. And then we can have a discussion on that. And I think that that's okay to do. That strengthens
Mm-hmm.
a marriage. I'm saying 25 years. I've never separated from my husband. The communication is open. He allows me to have a voice, and I allow him to have a voice, and we don't go to bed upset.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Mm-hmm. That's real. That is very, very real.
it
So
is.
again, I think that the perception that people have from these little 30, first of all, make sure y'all watching the entire don't just go off of the clips that y'all see and then say, hey, this is exactly what they need and all that other stuff, because these are just clips. So I am always going to recommend that you watch the entire video. You can always watch it on YouTube, Facebook, and all the other places, and you'll see with more context what we're talking about when we post these snippets. Of course, they're here to create engagement, but outside of that, we really want you guys to understand in totality what we mean, and don't take a 15 or 30-second clip and run with it. Like, don't do that, please.
Yeah.
It's a
I
lot
mean,
more
look
to
some
it.
shit up. Talk to chat. Talk to somebody. But you need to get a different perspective as to what's going on. Because, again, what's good for you may not be good
Hmm.
for someone else. You know what I'm saying? And that's what makes your marriage different. And if, like you said earlier, Ash, if you listening and watching to how you think it's supposed to look, and you're trying to imitate that, yeah, that may not be what you want, because you don't really know what's going on behind the scenes, if that's some fugazi or not. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? It ain't really
Exactly.
real. It's what you need to see, but it ain't for you. Give me something else, Ash. Give me something else. What else we
Yeah,
got?
let's go ahead. Let's see what else we got going on here. Can you see that, or is it too small?
Nah, it came back. It was there, but it went away. I actually
Okay.
saw Toby up there.
Yeah,
And
me
everybody knows
too.
that Toby used to be online with us as well. She is no longer on the group, but she has made some comments. And yeah, what was she saying about that?
Can you read it? I can't see it at all on my
Hmm.
side.
Let's see. I could go in close. It's a little bit fuzzy, but it says, "Oh, it went away, Ash." Hmm.
Oh,
It started with "That's the worst" or something,
let's
but
see.
I couldn't see
Let
it.
me try to take it off and do it again, y'all. We doing this
Okay.
live and we just freestyling and having a good time. So y'all don't worry about it.
Hmm.
Don't worry about this. Yeah, for
I
some
don't
odd
know if your
reason the
screen
screen.
is sharing, but
Yeah.
I mean, we are listening to you guys. So while you're pulling that up, Ash, I'm just
Mhm.
gonna talk to you guys. We really do go through these comments because it helps us even within our relationships. You know what I'm saying? When me and my husband, we sit back and we looking at this like, well, look what they said on this. Well, do you agree on that? And sometimes we agree, and sometimes I could say, well, you know what, I was wrong. I could kind of change my perspective on that, because that's growth. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Hello.
Yeah,
Hello.
you have to be able to grow, and you're not always right. That's almost taking you back to that fishing situation where you was dead serious on, nah, no, I'm not doing that. But then I saw you like, no, Ash, you was, and you received the
Mhm.
information in order to move forward. And I probably helped in a little bit of communication with you and Josh.
Exactly. 100%. Yeah,
Okay,
my
so it's back up there. Let me see. It says, that's the words, trying to decide what to do for the date night, and you going back and forth is what you want to do, is not good. Something like that. I think it was about, oh, I think that was about the comment. I don't know what that bit, if I go back, what Toby is actually talking about is what, how you was trying to decide, like allowing your spouse, maybe you make a date this time, you make date night this time. That way we're compromising on, you may want to go here, I may want to go here, but I get full autonomy to do whatever I want to do on this date night, and you get the same on the next date night.
okay. I remember that conversation. And
You remember
what
that?
was her I do. What was her comment all about? What was she agreeing or disagreeing with us?
No, she was agreeing with us that, you know how we say, well, what you want to do? And they always say, well, whatever you want to do, where you want to go. Well, sometimes we want to hear your voice. No, it's not about where we want to go, because then
Mhm.
we'll mess around and pick where we want to go. And then you're like, oh, you really didn't want to go there. Well, damn, you didn't say shit.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. I got you. Yeah, that definitely worked. It hit different when it comes to just being quiet, y'all. I tell you, going back to that whole conversation, that was actually a really good really good conversation in regards to how we handled our whole anniversary. It worked out perfectly, and I prefer to do it like that all the time because there is a lot of back and forth when it comes to making a selection on what we gonna do, how we gonna do it, and when we gonna do it, child. So that was actually really, really good for us. She also mentioned something about the financial compromise. She said that the financial compromise is definitely the hardest part within her household. What do you think about that? Oh my goodness, it looks like hers. She looks like hers cut off, guys. But either way, I'm just reading through Toby's comments. So she did mention that the financial end was a little bit more difficult for her, which I can understand that. To be honest, it just really depends on how your household is rolling. Like for me, with me and my husband, I think that the finance thing, we've got a good hold of it now, but it took a lot of discussions. Like I said before, I'm not the best saver in the household, child. Freaking Amazon is coming in and out the house, in and out the house, and he cannot stand it. He like, girl, what is going on? All right, you need to slow down. But I think personally, what I do and what I shop for is typically household items, not necessarily just me just throwing things out there and just shopping all willy-nilly anymore. So, but with that understanding, I think that it has taught me how to, just do the right thing when it comes to us in general and our finances and when we're trying to grow and hearing him as my husband. Carol, I see your comment. Yes, I am getting better at shopping. And I seen that you jumped off, Eb. Can you see? She's like, yeah, right.
Yes, it
It is.
it kicked me all the way off. It said, "Child, we ain't trying to hear that
See ya.
shit you talking about."
See ya. Look, she's talking about, yeah, right. I am getting better at hearing my husband. I have not. Listen, first of all, my kids shop more than I do in this household. That's what they're talking about. Yeah, right. I have essentials when I am shopping on Amazon. Y'all don't.
Hmm.
I
So it
I am
sounds
an
like that comment
essential
is about
shopper.
when we was talking about the
Yes.
compromise of spending,
Finances.
right?
Yes. Yes.
Finances. See how I could tap right back in? I
There
know
you
what you're
go.
talking about.
There you go. Because Toby, what I was saying is Toby said that financial compromise is definitely the hardest part in her household. So
Mm.
totally understand that. I get that for sure. For sure.
Well, for me, it's one of the easiest, actually.
Oh, that's awesome. Why you feel like
Yeah,
it's
you
easy?
well, because I gave the advice that if one person wants to save and one person wants to spend, then maybe, right? Okay, we need to set up an account that says this goes here, but
Hmm.
here's your allowance to spend how you want to spend. Because, darling, I want to make you happy and I want you to do what you want to do, but I don't want us to be outside living in the damn car because we still got to pay these damn bills. So I'm gonna give you a budget, and guess what? With that budget, I can do what I want to do. I understand that
Hmm.
this is the amount that I'm working with, and I work with it and I feel great about it because I'm like, yep, I can get this, and this until the next week comes along. So that's my compromise. It
Yes.
works well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I think that that's
Hmm.
good. I think I have a lot of learning to do. Of course, most of us do, especially with the day and age of getting things so quickly. But that also goes back into the conversation of what we were having with patience. Things come so quickly. It's just like fast, quick, in a hurry. So it's not really a lot of downtime, or I used to have to just go shopping at the store. It's like, oh girl, I'm gonna go get this. I'm gonna pick this up.
Yeah.
When you can get it, it's right there at your hands. You're like, man, let me just go ahead. So it does take a lot of discipline. It does take a lot of discipline.
Hello.
It
Yeah.
does. I will give it to you on that end. Yeah. So we got a lot of man, I could go through this all day long. I just really wanted to highlight a couple of comments throughout some of the videos that we have, some things, so we could just get a chance to speak on it and just talk about it from our perspective and why we said the things that we said, and particularly from TikTok and also just with the Facebook comments. We just wanted to go through those real quick. But I think that's all we got, honestly. That's all I got.
Well, that was just a couple, but at the end of the day, you got a right to feel how you feel. We're not online to say that our way is the way. We may
Hmm.
tell you what works for us, but again, like I said, there is no book as to how a marriage should be or how it should be in your household. If you are going through something, if you feel like you're just seeking advice because maybe we may have said something that you said, hell yeah, I was just talking about that shit with my husband or my wife, then yeah, you may can tap into this and use this as a reference. You know how you saw some shit like, well, Eb and Ash on BLE said.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Use us, child. Use us for sure.
Yeah. But you know what? As we switch gears, Ash, we got a couple of more minutes. What's coming down the pipeline? We got some exciting things because next week, oh, we have some special guests. I want everybody to stay tuned because the topic was, and we talked about this before,
Yes, we
spinning
did.
the
We did.
block. But we found a couple, child. We found a couple that tapped into us. They didn't just spin the block. This couple was married, divorced,
Mm.
and they back together. And we got a couple of questions for y'all. Why did you leave? Why did you come back? What changed? So stay
Ooh,
tuned for that next week. That's going to be
that's
pretty
gonna
exciting
be that.
because this spouse is spicy.
I love her. I love her. It's gonna be so good. I think it's gonna be great. And it'll give us the opportunity to really tap in on a different side. Y'all, we bring in and talking about Black love elevating. So we have to tap into all those different types of love, you know. And I know that y'all have had your different angles with love. So make sure y'all jump in our inbox. If y'all have questions, since Eb kind of gave y'all a brief overview of what the conversation will be. If you have questions that you would like to ask, let us know. Jump in the inbox, get in the
Yeah.
comment section. You feel me? Get active because we got a
Yeah.
lot of tea that's about to be spilled.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And spinning the block is not always bad. So if you're in a situation where you're spinning a block, but you so worried about the outside noise, with everybody thinking, oh, because you went back to this dude or you went back to that woman or whatever the case may be. Nah, what was your why? Number one, why did you
Ooh.
leave in the first place? Do you have a complete understanding as to why you really left? Why you were gone? How was that separation? What changed in your life that said, okay, I'm ready to go back, and you went back and now it's good? Because that can help a lot of relationships out here, because sometimes being comfortable is not always a bad thing when you're spinning a block. Now,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it can be bad, but it's not always bad.
Yeah, and let us know, what do y'all think would be a no go for you? What would stop you from
Mm.
spinning the block? All right. So let's just say, let's give a scenario. You have a significant other, you break up with them, you decide that, hey, I want to get back together. They decide that. What would stop you from revisiting that situation?
Mm.
Drop a comment below. Let me
Yeah,
know.
I ain't gonna say nothing right now because that topic next week, the guest that we have, I said, "Ooh, Ash, you sure we want to bring her on? She a little spicy."
I
You said,
do.
"Yeah, we
I do.
absolutely the fuck want her on."
Yes, I absolutely am excited about it. And we got a couple more guests that are coming as well outside of that. Y'all just got to stay tuned, man. Stay tuned because we're putting in a lot of work, a lot of networking on the back end, a lot of conversations are happening. I know that it feels like it's a little bit slow, but trust me, it's actually picking up. We're just working through a lot of different things as we get this last we're in the third quarter of the year. Of course, we're moving to fourth quarter here, so we really just
Yes.
working through what that looks like in totality, and we got some stuff coming for y'all for sure.
And I also want to say, Ash, as I check the emails and stuff, I want y'all to know we're not ignoring you, right? So I've gotten a couple of invites for us to go on other podcasts. We're not feeling like your podcast is not good for us. We actually do want to come on. We're going to tap into you guys because we have something to say. And it's not just all about Black Love Elevated. Like I said earlier, it's about having a voice, and Eb definitely has a voice. Ash, I know you got a goddamn voice.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So we will be
Yeah.
we'll be tapping into other podcasts pretty soon. I think that's gonna be on the agenda coming, this second half of the year, whatever you want to call it. So I'm
Yeah.
excited though. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too because we're whole real life people out here. We like to have fun. We're married, but we also have friendships. We get out, we have fun. It's not always about being with your spouse and going out. You could go out and have a ladies' night or a guys' night, but it's about the respect level that you bring to it. The people that you surround yourself with.
Mhm.
Excuse me. Some people is around for a reason, And some people are around for a season. You understand what I'm saying? But you got to understand what's right for you. And it may be good and it may not be. Because when we talk about compromise, again, I say even in friendships, you compromise things, right? You
Mhm.
compromise on things. Okay, I may feel this way, or this person wants to do that. We may agree on that. But again, at the end of the day, I'm not willing to sacrifice what I feel. So if I have a voice and I say what I said what I said.
I hear you. I hear
Mhm.
you. I definitely hear you. This has been good conversation. What you drinking on? You didn't even say nothing about what you was
Oh,
drinking
I
on.
know. Girl, I have been drinking all week, but I decided to take it down real light. I got me some nice red sweet wine
Good. I'll
that
drink
was
water for
gifted
you.
to me for my birthday. Thank you, Babs. I'm drinking
Aw,
it right now. I
look at
appreciate you.
sweet. Well, I'm drinking water because I need some.
Water hydration. Yes, H2O
Yes.
is good for you.
Yes, I need
Uh-huh.
some serious hydration because I have not had any. So. But no, I think that this was a good way to kind of wrap things up to start the week. Great conversation. Y'all, we're going to try to
Yeah.
keep pushing on the Mondays. We may do a Friday every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
But Monday is a great day for us because we are very busy.
Yes.
We've got businesses, we've got work, we've
Yes.
got so many things happening,
Mm-hmm.
but the BLE and the Tea Time podcast are definitely important to us. So we still try to, make some time and come on and talk to y'all. So y'all make sure y'all join us live too. Okay. Come on in here and
Yeah.
comment
Yeah. And if
and
you're in the
share.
Atlanta area, I have a business out there. It's called Elegant Beyond Brick. So if you're looking for an Airbnb, you in the Atlanta area, yeah, I got a 4 bedroom, 3 bedroom, two
Period.
bedroom, whatever you need. We're gonna keep you comfortable so you can turn up in the A.
Yes, absolutely. And I got to keep quiet on my business. Y'all see that later.
Oh, you working on some big
My
things.
God.
Ooh, you
You do
working
have
on
an
some big things. Yes, I've been tapping in. I can't
yes.
wait for her to drop this because she's working on big softwares. Yeah, this is our whole engineer behind the scenes, guys. We got a lot of things going on. We are real life business people. We're real
Mm,
life wives. We have
kids.
lives. You know what I'm saying? But we just want to come on and kind of tap into the community because we feel like it's our give back. It's a lot of marriages out there and we believe in love and we want to elevate black love. So we just talk about things that go on within our households, things that we hear about, and we love to get feedback from you guys. So please keep it coming. We listening. We're not
Yes.
perfect. Okay. So we want to say that right now. We're not perfect. We're open. We're not
Mhm.
perfect, but yeah,
Yep,
we
yep,
real.
yep. Yeah, so I just to wrap things up, Ed, I gotta give a shout out to my baby girl. She's starting her senior year, and yes, y'all
Ooh.
heard me. She's starting her
Ooh.
senior year
Oh.
this week, this Wednesday. So we're excited about that. Shout out to my baby. Oh.
Yes, shout her out. She has a voice too. That little one is
Ooh.
something else. I would love to get the younger generation on just to
And
see
that's
what
what we
they think
need.
about love and marriages because she came in that living room. She was like, "Well, hold on. I want to say this and oh yeah, do you like my hair?" I said, "Oh, she got personality, Ash. Look
She
at her."
does. That girl stayed going viral on TikTok. I don't know. She just came in the room earlier. She's like, "Yeah, I'm going viral again." I was like, "I'm sure."
Yes. Girl, it
That
is
little
so much
personality.
talent within
Mm,
our children, and it means so much. I actually smile. I enjoy seeing them grow. I be looking at them
yes.
like, okay. I be watching from the background, like, all right. I see them. I'll be on y'all little pages. I ain't no social media like
Yeah.
professional, but I'll be tapping in.
Mhm, mhm, and they doing big things. These kids gonna grow and do
Mhm.
some amazing things. They are actually doing great right now. So,
Yes.
look out. Class of 2027 is coming at y'all.
Because school just started today. Now I know we in the South. Now I'm from New York, and in New York they don't start school till September, like the second week of September. So they
Girl,
still got a whole nother month. Yeah, we started
that's
today, and how I know that damn traffic?
yeah, I know, but for me, it was like that when we was growing up in Chicago and my husband in Indiana too. We didn't start until September. These kids
Yeah,
going in July and the beginning of August. I was like, oh no, they cutting y'all summer
it's still
short.
summer. It's
What?
still summer. Like we still outside. Like look.
Yes, yes,
I don't
girl.
know. But like you say, as we wrap up, guys, I hope that you guys are enjoying our conversations, the realness. Our job, our vow was to just come online, be honest with you guys, have different perspectives, and views, and really be open to what you guys are thinking, So please keep it coming. We appreciate all the love, the support, all that good jazz, and stay tuned to the next episode.
Absolutely. And guys, make sure that you follow all of our social medias. Remember, we're on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and a few other. I don't think it's not a on X too, I believe. So
Yeah,
make
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. You got us on that one too.
Yes, I do. And all of them, we can go live. We'll be going live. We're trying to work out the kinks with this live thing. It is not as easy as y'all
Mm-hmm.
think it is, child.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
telling you.
But
I'm telling you. Because
but
I saw one podcast and her camera was doing like my camera was doing. She was like, shit, I just want to log the hell off. I'm sick of this shit because we put some real work in on this shit. And I'm like, what's going on, AT&T? I
I'm
got on the
telling
phone with
you,
them for 2 hours and they asses told me I just need to find another damn provider.
insane. Insane. Yeah. Yeah.
I said,
It's
what the
absolutely,
hell?
we worked hard to get this stuff right. And right. I give it to you. Shout out to Eb. She was out there trying to make sure everything looked good for y'all. So it was very, very important. The presentation matters.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a lot of work that went into this. But either way, make sure you guys follow us on all the social media platforms. We definitely appreciate y'all for watching today. Thank you so much. And
Yes.
don't forget to share afterwards. I mean, honestly, Eb, anything you gotta say before we wrap this up, girl?
Nah, we was keeping it 100. We was live. We was on some impromptu tonight. So I just appreciate you guys again. Big shout out to this past week. I appreciate all the love, the support. Even though my birthday passed, look, keep that love coming. I appreciated that shit so much. It made me feel so
Oh.
good. I love you, ladies. I love my family, my friends, all you guys ask. I just love being loved. And you should
Oh.
too.
Yes, absolutely. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all on the next one. Please make sure you check all of our Facebook platform. Check the Facebook platform for the next live for sure. Thank y'all. Have a good night. Bye.
Later.